What is going on, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got Gretzky Betskews, who's smiling already. I don't know if he's so excited about this Washington-Carolina game. He can hardly wait. And we got Franco the Banker. We got two games for tonight's slate for May 12th. I guess we can kind of just jump right into things here. Or do we want to talk about the Florida-Toronto game a little bit?
Man.
Yeah,
that series has been awesome.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yes.
The question is Toronto really starting to kind of feel that doubt creeping in now after that game?
I don't know
about the Senators series.
I mean, I don't know. Like they could have very well won. They could have very well won that game 3, though, right? Like they came out, They looked fantastic.
Yep.
They score like 30 seconds in or whatever, right?
Yep.
And then they find a way to lose that game. It sucks. And then now you come out flat in game 4. So now what? Are you feeling good?
They came out flat. You're right.
I mean, they came out flat.
Just stupid play.
They had like 12 shots through 2 periods.
I know, but that's because they were on the penalty kill.
I know, but like that, I mean, it was just stupid stuff. And now you're returning home. Like, are you just thinking in the back of your head, like, man, we could have won that game 3 and been up 3-0 in the series, and then like,
I'm not counting them out yet. I mean.
No.
Teams have won both of their home games. I think this series is still wide open for the Leafs. I still think they have a shot. Don't want to discount them completely here. This is the best they have looked in the postseason in the past few years. Will was fantastic in game 4. Yeah, I mean, he kept him in there for the longest time.
I mean, they should have been killed. They should that game should have been Panthers 3-0 or whatever going in the third.
Well, and last night should have been even worse.
That's what I'm saying. In game 4,
great.
Going in that third period, it could have very well been 3-0 Florida.
4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, did the Panthers get in their head?
I mean, we're going to talk about that game on Wednesday, but I have my beliefs there. We'll see.
All right. I guess we'll save it for then. Before we get into today's games, though, we do want to talk to you about our Odd Shoppers Tails profile. You can use promo code PUCKS for 50% off. We've been on a hot streak there. I think we're 8-3 now. I think we're 8-3 or 9-3. 9-3, I believe. 9-3. We'll go with that. The last 11 picks this postseason, so we've been pretty hot. Be sure to check us out on that. We give all of our exclusive plays before we talk about them on our various shows. All right. 2 games tonight. Let's get into them. Washington, Carolina. I think in our 3-minute pre-meeting that we had, we are all in kind of conclusion here that this has just been a money pit. This series is just, you take some money and you're like, do I want to save it? Do I want to spend it on something I want? No. I want to dump it on Carolina and Washington props and just watch it burn.
Yep.
Minus
190, Aho point. No.
It's funny because the first game of the series I thought was going to be higher scoring.
Me too.
So I bet the over. I bet some point props and stuff, and ended up just getting reverse sweep. I went like 0-4, right? And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm good. So since then, I've made money on this series, and it's been betting unders on totals, and like that's it. I have no interest in any player props at all, to be frank with you guys. So that's kind of where I've, I think I bet Protus point a couple of times, and that that hit once and missed another time. So I'm willing to go like maybe for a player, but yeah, I think the best bets is to just like either take a side if you're feeling really saucy, but otherwise, unders and more unders.
I mean, even trying to bet Carolina, though, you're going to have to come up with creative ways to do so. With the money lines in Game 3 and now in Game 4, that minus 270 price here, you can't take that.
Minus 270.
You can't even bet them in reg. I think if anything, you take Washington tonight, but I don't know that I have the I don't know if I have the balls.
No, yeah, I know.
That was the quickest you've talked yourself out of a bet in a long time of just like, yeah, it's a good price. It is. I'll give you that at 220, but still, I don't know. I don't trust this Caps team at all. Again, we talked about it too, of just Carolina is clearly the better team in this series. It's not really up for debate here.
This kind of feels like the situation, like the first round series for both of these teams, right? Where like the Caps feel like outclassed pretty significantly here, at least like as far as like the shot suppressions specifically. Like even that win in Game 2 for the Caps, I mean, what did they finish with? I'm looking it up right now. 21 shots.
20 shots. They had 21 and they're in Game 3. They had 20 in Game 2.
I mean, like, think about that. That was basically, I know we throw this, it feels like we throwing this around like a lot, like must-win game, right? That term. But that was as much of a must-win game for that team as possible, right? Like Carolina has been so good at home all season. They've been just like downright dominant at home. So like the Caps needed that win. And to put up 21 shots or 20 shots, like that's not enough in a game at home where you have last line change. You can find the advantages, find the matchups, and that's all you got. Like, and again, it happened in Game 3. So like, it's just brutal, man. Like, they cannot get anything going. You need lucky bounces. You need great goaltending from Thompson. That's the only way you're going to win a game as the Caps right now. It's tough.
Yeah. Do you have any hope in them taking this series to 6?
I still have a little bit of hope there.
Okay. You think they could sneak one game out?
Because I
think
Game
5 they can win.
I think if they lose this game tonight, they could win Game 5 at home.
Okay.
They've done a lot of the little things right, like staying out of the box. They need more offensive zone time, but outside of that, they've done a lot of little things right. To like, I was just looking back at the last games. It didn't feel like 0-4.
No, the game was pretty close. And 2 of those goals were power play goals.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what Washington needs to take advantage of is their power play. Yeah, they've had 1 power play goal this series on 7 chances. Like if that is their time to gain, just provide some offensive scoring opportunities, and they're just not doing
literally
it.
One time the Carolina has only given up 1 power play goal this entire playoffs.
Yeah. It's
like that. That's hard, man. Like if you're not even gonna get an advantage with the man advantage, it's almost like when it's like watching the Flyers power play during the regular season. Like I knew every time they got power play, like they're not gonna score. It's just like we're just gonna burn 2 minutes here, and then it's gonna go back to normal 5-on-5 pretty shortly here. That's what it feels like. You're not getting that boost. Like when the Oilers go on the power play, you're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
this is a chance to take the lead here or bring it back even, whatever the case is. But you don't feel.
Yeah, you can't even bet on Washington team total under 2.5 tonight. That's minus 190. Like what are these prices?
That is so ridiculous in the playoffs.
Ridiculous.
I mean, this could
crazy
easily be 2-1, and then Carolina empties the net. Like,
yeah, like you could get screwed on that. You know, if you were to take that as a parlay piece or something, and Washington does win this game, like they could go over that number.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, like if you're liking Carolina in any kind of way, you can't, you know, in a game we know is going to be an under, they're over 2.5 is minus 290. You got to take them over 3.5 at minus 130. Like, there's no way in hell I want that team to score 4 goals, right?
No.
It's crazy, man.
It's insane. So with all that being said of how much we love this series, Franco, let's throw it to you here. What are your picks for tonight in Washington, Carolina?
All right, so I mean, right off the bat, I don't mind taking the under 5.5, or the under in the first period. The first period over has not hit yet this series, so you can take either of those. Those are both bettable straight. The play that I took the last game that I'm absolutely going back to. It's a little sweaty because stupid stuff can happen like it did in that Dallas Winnipeg game, but the no goal in the first 5 minutes and the under 6.5 is minus 109. I think the only book you can bet that on is FanDuel. That's the only book that gives you under the first 5 as opposed to first 10. But minus 109 feels like a really good price to get an under 6.5 in this game, which feels pretty much automatic to me. I don't see this game going over 6.5. Like, no way in hell. And then the best thing about that, like I got screwed on in the Dallas Winnipeg game because there's a 4-minute power play like 30 seconds into the game. Is if a goal does get scored in that first 5 minutes, you can just take the under 6.5 live. So it's like almost like a double down type of bet. So like, say something stupid happens, like there's an early power play for Carolina, or just, you know how it goes. Like, how many own goals have we seen this playoffs? Like, seriously, I have never seen so many goals bounce off a defenseman or Leon Draisaitl, like with a great deflection. That was beautiful. So if something stupid like that happens early in this game, right, just a lucky bounce or something stupid, it will go to 6.5, and you can just grab that. So like, you just double down on it and just take that again. So that's kind of the way I'm going to look to do it here. If the if it stays under a goal in the first 5, I'm rolling at that point. So I like that a lot. I don't mind using the under 6.5 as a parlay piece with something else that you like. If you like, that Washington team total under, you could probably go there. If you like a player prop under in some sort of way, whether it's a shot prop or a point prop or something like that, I don't mind that either. So just, that's kind of the way I'm taking this series at this point. I mean, maybe you could even do like a plus 2.5 for a team on the puck line and under 6.5. You might be able to do something like that. So get creative, but yeah, just do that and then just walk away and just wait until the later game and start watching hockey at 9:00.
Yeah, it's great for all the East Coasters out there too.
Spend some time with the family, like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Betsky, what do you have in this one?
I don't have much either. I was looking at the comments that Tulip Thule posted. OV head-to-head.
OV shots.
In Carolina. So on the road in Carolina, it actually is pretty impressive. So out of the last 8, he's hit in 5 of those in Carolina. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I am looking at this wrong. He's hit in 5 straight in Carolina.
The only problem is, do you trust this team to shoot that is average 20 shots a game? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like,
under 20 shots a game.
We did this. We bet Protus the last game, right? Yep. Like he had looked good, and it's just like, this team is not shooting. They're struggling. Yep. Like, it's just, I don't. You can do it, but I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Tom Wilson point may be something you could pull my arm a little bit, and I could be okay with it at minus 105. He has 2 points in the series, both in the same game. I mean, Ovi at -130 for a point seems ridiculous too. He doesn't have a single point in this entire series, but his head-to-head versus Carolina is good. But again, this is just like going against the grain and just like throwing the dart purely for the value rather than the like I feel good about it. So yeah, I mean, how long can a superstar like that be held off the scoreboard?
I will say there's a couple things here. So teams coming off a loss in the playoffs have scored in the first period quite frequently this playoffs. So there is that working in Washington's favor. And then it seems like off a shutout, teams in general have been scoring more. Like Dallas just did it last night, right? They got shut out by Hellebuck. I know it's a little bit different situation because they went from road to home. So this is road. It's a little bit different, but just something to kind of consider. Like, we might get something out of Washington tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way I
it's hard to trust.
I know.
It is so scary to, kind of be like, yep, we know for a fact this team's going to bounce back tonight. Because even when they lost game 1 and game 2, they put up 20 shots. What's Thompson's saves tonight?
I mean, you get Dylan Strome at -130 for a point. You could switch that to an assist for
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get that all season.
No,
we didn't get that all season. I mean, Ovi point was -190 every game. Strome was -180 to -190 every game.
They were that high at the first game of the series.
Yeah,
or just about.
Yeah, I mean, we had to. I think I took Strome assist at like -105 or something.
Yeah. I mean, Anderson's saves tonight are at 21.5. Washington hasn't put up more than 21 shots this entire series. Logan Thompson's saves are at 27.5. Washington had 28, 28, and 33. I don't trust either of those tonight. No. I did have one play, though, and this is a little bit spooky. So normally in the shots on goal market, the 3+ is going to be kind of a better odds. But if you go to the shots on goal over under tab on DraftKings tonight, Shane Gostisbehere is -142 for 2+ shots. Looking at his attempts this series, 8, 9, 8. He had 2 shots on goal, 6, and then 1. That's my only play tonight. I'm going to take his over 1.5 at that 2 mark. So be sure to take it at over 1.5 shots on goal, not at the 2+, because the 2+ is -150 right now. Over 1.5 is -142. That's the only play I have in this one.
No,
I just like the attempts. What?
Yeah, I may do Strome plus Ovi point and then the under 6.5, because then you'll get some negative correlation that may boost it even a little bit more so. And just hope and pray and just accept what it is getting good value on this and leave it be.
Yeah. This is a game where I don't want it to be a night ruiner where I have 3 plays out in it and I go 0 for 3 and I sit there and I'm like, all right, Vegas Edmonton's about to start. I got another 4 plays out there for this one. And I'm like, oh, this could get ugly real quick. This is a 1 play, have it on, kind of watch it, wrap some things up, and then you can really sit down for Vegas Edmonton and be like, all right, now we got some playoff hockey tonight.
Yep.
Any other plays in this one?
The only other thing I want to point out is Jarvis is moving up to the top line in favor of Blake going to this game. I think they kind of shifted it midway through last game or something like that. So you're not getting any value on Jarvis, unfortunately, like despite him playing on the lower lines the last few games. But just something to consider if you were looking at Blake Point for whatever reason. Maybe you look at his under. Just given he's on the 4th line now, he's still in the top power play, so that makes it a little bit dicey. But I don't mind looking at Jarvis Point as a piece. Maybe if you do think Carolina gets a few goals, like I would imagine he's got to be involved. He has points in 2 straight games. So again, maybe you do that negative correlation. You take Jarvis Point and under 6.5 if you're looking to back like Carolina prop with that under.
Unfortunately, DK doesn't let you do it.
Oh, what is the deal with that, man? Like, come on. Game lines, like all game lines, you can't same game parlay. It's just wild.
Imagine if you couldn't in NBA.
It would never happen.
No. The 2 parlay pieces was Franco. I did like that Jarvis point. It's crazy on DK right now. It's minus 185, and then you switch over to FanDuel, which is 60 minutes only. It's minus 200.
Yeah, no, don't take that.
Talk to me about that. Yeah. And then the other parlay piece I had was maybe Wilson 2 shots tonight, but that's even kind of iffy. Yeah.
I could be talked into a draw. I could see a draw.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Yep.
That might be.
That would be the
plus 390.
I'm not. Yeah, plus 390. That's a hell of a price.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a price. I mean, like, I don't want to be taking chalk in this game. Let's put it that way. Like, I would much rather be throwing like darts like that out than anything else at this point.
That'd be the most Carolina Washington thing to happen too tonight. Is that game goes to double OT. And then you now are trying to watch both games at the same time, and it's delaying you from watching the game you want to watch.
And you still have a player prop pending, like you're waiting for like
exactly.
one more shot.
Yeah. I'm sweating Ghosts 2+ shots in Carolina, Washington. He's got one, and he hit in the first period. Yeah, and it's 4 periods from now. Yeah.
Under 6.5 with Seth Jarvis point is plus 146.
See, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Love that. That's a great. That's a great
parlay. And it's plus 437.
I mean,
I'm off OV this game. I was looking at us under 17 minutes time on ice.
Blanked.
Yeah.
For the whole series.
I know it's crazy to think. Watch this be the game that explodes too. Watch it be like a 5-3 game, and we're just ripping up all of our these other tickets. And we're like, oh great, because I mean that's what happened in that Stars game. That Stars game ended up like blasting off over, and there's plenty of player props that hit in that. If you had taken line stacks and all kinds of stuff in that game, you're probably celebrating like crazy. So just when it comes down to it, don't have a lot of units on this game. That's I think the best thing I can recommend for you.
Yeah. After a 20-minute discussion, that's what we kind of came upon. All right, let's move along. That was way too long to talk about that game. But next game, Vegas, Edmonton. We got game 4 tonight. Edmonton with a 2-1 series lead. Vegas takes game 3, 4-3. This one has much more options for props. So Betsky, do you have some plays in here? I have a few parlay pieces and a few other kind of rogue bets, but let's start with you. What do you like in Vegas, Edmonton tonight?
I mean, it's hard to turn away from the big names again. But,
yep.
I'm not worried about McDavid 2 points. I don't know what to think about Eichel shots anymore. That has been a roller coaster, and I think I'm getting off now. I was tempted by Dorofeyev shots, but he maybe just knocking off the rust, and you're going to get a really good price, or he's just still a little banged up, because minus 102 for 2.5 seems great, but you only had 3 attempts and 1 shot. I don't know. What do you guys have?
Franco,
we just run right back to the over.
Yeah,
I mean, we got to talk about Stuart Skinner, because does Edmonton have any shot with him in net?
I mean, they did last game.
Yeah,
but what was that goal at the end?
Oh, it was awful.
That was 2 fucking pylon defensemen. Like, what were those defensemen doing? I'm sorry. Everybody's bashing Skinner. Everybody's bashing Skinner, right? But I saw a quote that was posted by Mark Spector, I think. It was a quote from Bill Ranford that said, "Now you're expecting me to stop the shots that are going wide as well. I mean, he cut down there was no angle to score a goal on that shot. He did his job. You know what I mean? Like the two defensemen were pylons. They both go like this. Like in unison. And let him just skate around them. Skinner was already down on a knee, right? So all he could do was slide to block the angle, and he did. And Draisaitl knocks it. I mean, it's just like bad luck all around. And I like the Carlson goal was awful. So like I'm not trying to like let him off the hook for that. But I mean, in reality, he shut him down the entire third period. He shut him down like for 97% of the second period. Right? It was a 2-2 game going into the second.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Skinner did enough for the Oilers to win that game. It's just, you cannot give up a goal like that. You have two defensemen back as a 1-on-2. And they let him just skate around. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, going into that narrative, probably my favorite parlay piece tonight is Brett Kulak 2+ blocks. I think Edmonton sells out tonight for every single block shot. Hitting each of the last 4 home games, hitting each of the past 3 games this series. I think it's -160, so right on that parlay, straight bet parlay line border. But Brett Kulak 2+ block shots is probably my favorite parlay piece for tonight. Any straight bets for you, Franco? Are you just going straight back to the over here at 6.5?
Well, so I've been trying to curl my mustache in like hopes that it'll give some good juju to Stuart Skinner. You know, that's what I've been trying to do here. But as I've been going through this playoffs and like I think it was the last game, I guess. I've kind of realized that like over the course of, I guess like the last 2 years, probably, I guess it's kind of happened slowly or something. I've kind of become like a closet Oilers fan. I don't know how the fuck it happened because like, I don't know why or whatever. I know it's weird, man. So I just feel like I'm always rooting for this team, like in some sort of way, shape or form. And I don't know why. It's like just kind of happened. But anyway, with that being said, that's okay.
It's like
yeah,
that's interesting.
Oilers, you know what I mean? But it's weird. Like I just feel like I'm always rooting for them in Dallas. I feel like I'm always rooting for some reason, one way or another. But anyway,
I can see the comparison though. You kind of look like Stuart Skinner with the mustache a little bit.
Yeah, see that?
And the hair.
I got it going a little bit there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that being said, my main play here for sure is going to be Draisaitl over 2 points because I think if anyone is going to take like ownership of that shit show, it's him, right? Like,
yes,
it's a bang bang play, and like I'm never going to blame a player like Draisaitl with all that he does for this team for that loss, but like it's just brutal to watch it in slow motion, and it's just like it looks so deliberate. It's crazy. So yeah, I could see him coming out pissed, wanting to, and in reality, like it feels like if I'm Edmonton, and like if I'm McDavid and I'm Draisaitl and Bouchard and the offensive players for this team, like I'm thinking no matter what, like if we're gonna win this game, we need to outscore this team. Period. We can't leave it up to being down 3-2 going into the third period and tying it up midway or whatever it was. And like it going to overtime, like it needs to be what it was in that Kings series when they were down going into the third and they scored like 3 goals in the third period and just said like we just won 5-3. Yeah, that's the type of game that needs to happen tonight, you know, or 5-4, whatever. Like, so like yeah, I could see the over going over again. I don't love the price at -142. Like I'll probably wait live to try to grab it, but we'll see how fast the goals happen. Obviously. So yeah, I think Draisaitl 2 points looks good. I'm going to go back to Nuge again, who's been fantastic all series. His points getting more and more juiced by the day, but I'll I'll probably do his point along with a Hyman point again. I know it missed last game, but that was like around plus 160, plus 170. So I'll go back to that. I don't mind doing a Bouchard assist as well at minus 120. Yeah. I took Barbashev last game for a goal because he was snake bitten as all hell in game 2. I think like if I didn't look at the expected goals, but it felt like he missed like 3 or 4 goals where he was right on the doorstep in game 2. And I don't know what his final totals or whatever were in game 3, but he seems like a guy that's kind of like due for some positive regression. And with Stuart Skinner being what he's been, I don't mind going back to him here at plus 350 for a goal. That feels like a really nice price, just given that he's on the line with Eichel and Stone. I know Stone's questionable, but I think he's going to play. So
yeah, so I wanted to bring that up to the lineups for tonight. So Stone it looks like he's going to play for game 4. Dorofeyev is moving up to power play 1 with Victor Olofsson moving down to power play 2, which we had a question about Olofsson shots. So that's my only worry with Olofsson shots. He's now he's still on that second line with Hertl and Dorofeyev, but he is off that first power play unit where he did score 2 power play goals in game. Was that 2? That was game 1, game 2. Game 2, he had 2 power play goals.
There's a lot of those cross seam passes going to him and him getting good shot attempts on that power play. So with him moving off that power play, I wouldn't be interested in his shots, especially with Dorofeyev, expected to shoot more in general.
Yep.
Like I can make more of an argument for Dorofeyev shots because of that. And Dorofeyev being on his line on line 2 as well. And I think I saw Adam posting Hertl shots as well today.
Yep.
So again, like I don't think I would want to be on Olofsson's shots with all that kind of working against him.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2+. I'm trying to pull up it now. So Victor Olofsson 2+ shots is minus 125. He probably could hit that as he's on the second line, but him being that primary shooter on that first power play unit certainly helped him out in the earlier games. And now with him going down to that second power play unit, I'm just not sure about that, but I don't necessarily hate it. That's just my one worry with it. Dorofeyev shots, like you said, I would lean more towards that now that he's back up on that first power play unit.
Edmonton scrambled lines a bit. Did you guys see?
Yeah, they sent they're scratching Arvidsson.
Yes,
I was kind of like reading up on that. Like I was reading a lot of comments of what fans were saying about it, because a lot of people are like, just the instant reaction is like, why would you do that and not play Jeff Skinner? But so I saw like the stats on Skinner. It was like he had a point in that one game in LA, but I think he was on the ice for 3 goals against. So I think in general, the thought process is that Kapanen's a better defensive player, and obviously like they need as much defensive help as possible after, given what Skinner's been. And I think the same goes for the move from Emberson to Stetcher. I think they are more defensively sound with him in there as well. So I think the thought process is like, we got to play better in front of Skinner. And that, I mean,
but Hyman on the top line with McDavid and Perry.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But yes.
His point.
Any love Corey Perry point or Hyman point?
I may be fading it today. I mean, it's
okay.
Been really, really good. That's 3 points in a row. I mean, sure.
That power play, man, has just been good, and he's just been that net fretting guy. So
I know. Yeah, that's true. But I think that boosts Hyman point quite a bit in my mind. Yeah. And then I really like that Nuge look now that Dry's over there too.
Yeah, actually, I had said I was going to stack Nuge and Hyman. I didn't realize that they switched the lines up. So I would do like a Nuge and Dry point parlay.
Yeah. Adam makes a good point. Dorofeyev rough numbers on the road, even in round 1. Yeah, so that's the thing. Dorofeyev at home is at 9 of his last 10 on the road. 6 of his last 10. So maybe if Dorofeyev misses in this one, Edmonton takes a 3-1 series lead. That's when you jump back on the Dorofeyev shots at that 3+ mark in Game 5. Any thoughts on McDavid for shots on goal or Draisaitl for shots on goal tonight?
I would lean Draisaitl.
Same. And it's because of the reason I said. I just imagine him blaming himself for the loss.
Yeah. I mean, Draisaitl 4+ is plus 130. I probably will take that tonight. This 2 points is also a great look.
Draisaitl Noosh point is minus 105 on 365.
That's not bad.
Okay. Yep. It's not great. Like I was hoping for a little bit better, but it's kind of how it goes.
Stone returns to the lineup. It's on that first power play. Any thoughts on a long shot of a Stone power play point? I mean, in Game 2, he assisted on both of those. I know Adam's a big power play guy, so that's my kind of long shot power play point of the night. You could even just kind of go towards Corey Perry. But yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No. Both teams to score in the first period, plus 115.
Ew, that's a gross price, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No interest at that price.
Yeah.
I can't do it out of principle.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check another book real quick because that's just ridiculous. If it's like that everywhere, like I mean, both teams to score in the first period has to be like plus 150 or better. Yeah, 128 on FanDuel. So no. I think it's a wait for any overs in this game. I think there's no value, so you wait. I think you wait and you take it live. I can make an argument for Edmonton over 2 in the first period, over 1.5 in the first period team total. I could see them coming out again. They did last game. They scored 2. Edmonton full game team totals 3.5, like at minus 110. That feels like a pretty good number as well.
Adam brought up a good point there. McDavid and Draisaitl 1+ shots on goal in the first period is plus 105 on FanDuel.
That's kind of I like that a lot.
That's
a nice builder.
I can see.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Any other plays in this one? I mean, McDavid 2 points as well. If you're leaning Draisaitl, I don't hate McDavid 2+ points tonight either.
Yeah, and at any point they could switch to McDry on.
Yes, exactly.
Like we're seeing these lines right now, but like Knobloch has been known to just put even in like certain situations, you know, like when they kill a penalty or whatever. Like typically that first shift off the penalty kill, he'll throw them out just to get like an advantageous matchup, knowing that Eichel's going to be tired and that type of situation. So that's the type of thing they typically do. I don't mind looking at Edmonton money line the first period, knowing that like you can get a push at minus 115 as well.
Yeah.
Again, like the thought is that they're going to come out and try to kind of just score a lot. Is just what my thought process is.
Yep.
All right. You guys want to do a parlay for tonight? I think we got enough options.
Sure.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Let's just focus on the Carolina game.
Yeah. Let's just go
same game parlay for Carolina.
Yeah.
Washington shots.
Washington shots.
All right. Well, a lovely sponsor, DK, does have a same game parlay boost to use on tonight's game, so be sure to check them out. You can use promo code THPN for $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. And also, all of our parlays are on DK for a reason in this postseason here. FanDuel has the 60-minute lines on all of their props. So we see a lot of tweets, kind of the gambling bot or whatever it's called, that people kind of trying to put together the parlay, and they say FanDuel or another book. Use DK because you do get that overtime kind of insurance on these parlays. So that's our promo for that. Betsky, what is your favorite parlay piece for tonight?
I really do like the hurdle pointer shots. Hurdle 2 shots looks really good.
Okay. Thomas Hurdle, 2+ shots. Franco.
I'll go Noosh Point.
Noosh Point.
Yeah.
What if we add the team total too for Edmonton?
3.5.
Yeah.
How many legs do we need for the same game parlay?
4.
And then I like so Edmonton team total -110, and then I really like that Brent Kulak 2+ block shots.
Can you parlay the alt team total of 2.5?
Let's see if we can.
Yes, you should be able to. I mean, I think
block
that
shots
is a good.
Edmonton Oilers, 2.5. So that's +350 now. With the boost, it'll go up. We like all those, or do you want to adjust any?
That sounds pretty sweet to me, actually.
Yeah, and I think the Kulak look is a good look, considering we think that Edmonton's going to be scoring. That means Vegas is going to have to be pushing and shooting.
Yep. I think this is a sellout night for Edmonton to try to limit any sort of scoring opportunities on Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
Hurdle 2+ shots.
Ooh. Why don't we add a couple Carolina and Washington props just for the fun of it?
we did a same game parlay of Vegas Edmonton and didn't include one prop.
So beautiful and surgical. Why don't we put in Aho shots? 2.5.
Oh my God! If there was ever a thing I would never trust,
Taylor Hall 3+ shots on goal. Yeah. Jackson Blake shots on goal as he moved down a little bit. Come on.
No, it's got to be something super chalky that just won't hit. Shevnikov point.
Oh yeah, I mean Svech 3 shots is like the ultimate one, right? Like top line, He
had 9 last game. He had 2 attempts this game.
He missed both. He missed both.
The next game. He got only 1 shot off 1 attempt this game.
Shout out to our UK listeners. Golden Knights +2.5, Hurricanes to win, boosted to even money in the UK.
Oh, cheers.
That's not bad.
I don't hate that.
It's not bad.
You wonder if you can put an alt total in that Golden Knights Vegas game instead at like 5.5.
Now
instead of Golden Knights plus
that Jackson Blake under. I'm like thinking about it. Don't make me do it. Ooh, +136 on FanDuel.
For his under?
Under 1.5.
That's where you'd want to take the under anyways.
Yes, absolutely. If I'm taking it under, do not take it anywhere except for FanDuel. That will be the alternative way of us, telling you how to do stuff.
Under. I think we're on the over in this one.
Yeah, the Knights Oilers game, I feel like you have to.
And
you have to lean over there. Like I could see a situation where like Edmonton does just really try to lock it down, splitting up McDavid and Draisaitl, trying to play more of a like 4-line type of game. But I just don't know if you can stop Vegas from getting 2 to 3 goals.
I mean, let's look at Stuart Skinner's playoff record: 6 goals against, 5 goals against, 4 goals against.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great. That's a good point, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. You're seeing the numbers of the splits, and that makes sense. Eventually there could be an under in the series, but there's no way in hell I'm predicting it right now in this game. Maybe this will be the one, but there's nothing.
Picard comes back in game 5, maybe.
There's not
game 6. I don't know. Yeah.
There's, what I mean? It's one of those things that
there's no indication of this series slowing down.
If it happens, it happens. And like, I'll tip my hat to Edmonton for shutting it down, but I can't see. There's nothing that makes me want to do that.
No.
I get
right.
it though. I get the idea of like everybody being on and over and it staying under, because that's how it works sometimes.
Yep. Perfect. All right. I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. We'll be back with the expected bets for show on Wednesday. Then our other show is obviously on Tuesday and Thursday. So check us out there for our best bets. Anything else before we go?
No.
Perfect. All right. We want to thank everyone for tuning in today to our NHL Best Bets. We post our parlay to our Twitter account in about 10 minutes as soon as that graphic is made. And then all of our best bets will be retweeted from this account as well at Expected Bets 4. All right. We want to thank our sponsors, Bubble and DraftKings, once more. This has been Expected Bets 4, and we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. See ya.